don't know how many times I've heard globalists claim the flat earthers have no model. And without pointing fingers, I've heard some flat earthers make the same claim. Let's address that.
Flat Earth has no model yet. Why? It's not because it is still new. The flat Earth idea is thousands of years old. They have access to the same technology but never got any model. Nothing that can be tested, only so-called experiments, that prove nothing, because we cannot make any predictions without math models that could be verified. That's the reason why flat earthers say they need no model. Flat Earth fails in every single aspect.
Okay, a model is defined as a systematic description of an object or phenomena that shares important characteristics with the object or phenomena. It's like a painting. There's reality, the thing that you're observing, and then there's how you're choosing to portray it on your paper as you're painting, or drawing in this case. It is a description of something that is observed. Scientific models can be material, visual, mathematical, or computational, and are often used in the construction of scientific theories. Niles, do you agree with this definition?
Yes.
Great. Now, historically, the Chinese had 3 different flat Earth models. That is to say, they drew it out in 3 different ways, or had 3 different hypotheses as to how the world worked. There's the Xuan-Yi theory, which is that of an infinite plane and infinite universe with no firmament above our heads. There's the Hun-Tien model, which has the flat Earth floating in some kind of a cosmic egg. And then there's the much more familiar Guy-Tien flat Earth model, which bears a striking resemblance to that of biblical flat Earth cosmology. There are a lot more models than just those ones. I particularly like this model from Professor John G. Abizaid in the year 1920. This one just focuses on how the sun appears to move around the flat Earth, and where the North Pole is as compared to the Antarctic Circle. He's saying the sun does not Pac-Man itself around the world. The North Pole is at the center of the map, and the Antarctic Circle is the edge of the map.
This is the true map of the flat stationary Earth by a Syrian-American professor, John G. Abizaid. I have published this map to reveal the true posture of the Earth. First, to help the people in recognition of the fact that the Earth is flat and does not move. Second, so that the young people in schools and in higher positions may have the benefit of the truth. There are many proofs that the subject is true, as you will be sure to find in my book, The Enlightenment of the World. The theory of the round and floating Earth is false, and you should not believe in it, as long as you yourself can see and feel that the Earth is a plane object and is standing still, and you will see that the sun, moon and stars are daily in motion. They arrive every day, from the east to the west. The sun's light progresses from the south advancing to the north and returns in 1 year. On account of the moving of the sun from the south to the north and return, we get the 4 seasons. Namely, spring, summer, autumn and winter.
While the sun makes a daily circle around the world, throughout the year, the sun migrates from the Tropic of Capricorn to the Tropic of Cancer and back. And yes, the Tropic of Cancer is smaller than the Tropic of Capricorn, which means the sun appears to change speed throughout the year. We can observe this phenomena taking place in an analemma, where you keep your camera in the exact same position and take a picture of the sun at the exact same time on different days throughout the year.
The surface of the Earth is divided into 5 zones. First, the north center, which is dark for 6 months and is lighted for 6 months. Sometime in the future there will be some explorer who will cross it. Second, the north temperate zone is the most desirable to live in. The most industrious and the most powerful nations inhabit this zone. Third, the torrid zone, tropics, is hot daily as the sun is over it always. The sun's body does not move out of this zone to a very great extent. Fourth, the south temperate zone has about the same climate as the north temperate zone. Fifth, the South Circle is dark and icy like the North Center, but no one can ever cross this circle as it is the edge of the Earth and is dangerous to life. The South Circle is the largest of the 5 zones. Also, the nights are longer when the sun is moving near the South Circle, but when the sun moves near the North Center, the night is about 8 hours in the North Temperate Zone, and the North Center is lighted for 6 months. This is a proof that the North is not like the South in shape, neither the South like the North. If the Earth was round, as some people imagine, the shape of the North Pole and the South Pole would be exactly the same. Then the North Pole and also the South Pole would have 6 months of darkness and 6 months of light. Also, the sun takes more time to move around from east to west near the South Circle. Take a journey around the South Circle and another around the North Center, and you will find it a much shorter distance around the North Center, which proves that the North and the South are not the same shape as people claim. After you have studied the truth of my work, you will know I am right. If anyone desires more explanation, I will be pleased to give it.
So his model doesn't account for any kind of Antarctic 24-hour sun. But that's where my model is slightly different. My model acknowledges the possibility of a 24-hour Antarctic sun. Okay, now Theodore, do you agree that this qualifies as a model?
A model, yes. A to scale, precise, and accurate model, not at all.
I concur with Theodore. FE is a model that fails. FE has no model, implicitly means it has no working model that can make any sort of predictions.
Okay, so we can agree that the flat Earth has a model, or rather, many of them, and now you're both trying to move the goalposts by making this not about whether or not the flat Earth has a model, but whether or not the model is to scale, accurate, and precise. Theodore, these numbers here are the lines of latitude. The lines of latitude qualify as a precise scale. To claim that this map is not accurate at all is to claim that the equator is not at 0 degrees latitude and the North Pole is not at 90 degrees latitude.
The equator is at 0 degrees latitude. That part of the map is accurate. But the equator on this model is much smaller than the Tropic of Capricorn, which in reality is demonstrably wrong. It cannot be an accurate description of the equator if it is smaller than the actual measurement of the Tropic of Capricorn on the same model, when reality shows us the Tropic of Capricorn is smaller than the equator.
Okay, so we can agree that you were wrong when you claimed it was not accurate at all. And now you are moving the goalposts again, making this about the way the equator is defined. By your standard, This dictionary definition of the word equator cannot be accurate because it does not mention the Tropic of Capricorn at all. Feel free to move the goalposts again on me there. How are you doing with all this, Malcolm? Do you agree that the flat Earth has a model?
Models cannot exist without a mathematical description. No flat Earth model has any mathematics, therefore there is no such thing as a flat Earth model. For many, the incomparable predictive and technological powers of physics have furnished incontrovertible evidence in support of its claim to grasp some, perhaps the, fundamental truths about the world, that it produces not merely models of reality but reveals reality itself. As Hilary Putnam expressed it, scientific realism is the only philosophy of science that does not make the success of science a miracle. Philosophy in an Age of Science, 2012. And since the power of physics lies in the employment of mathematics, some have found it difficult to resist the Pythagorean conclusion that reality is mathematical.
Okay, to claim that my model has no math is a straw man argument. It's misrepresenting my model. My model has days and years and measurements involved. And to say it has to have math in order to qualify as a model is a no true Scotsman fallacy. It's like saying, no true Scotsman puts sugar on their porridge, when that was never a requirement to be a true Scotsman. By definition, a scientific model can be material, visual, mathematical, or computational. Or for a more general definition, a model is a simplified representation of a system or phenomena as in the sciences or economics, with any hypothesis required to describe the system or explain the phenomenon, often mathematically, and often does not mean always. So, Niles, Theodore, thank you for the common ground you're able to give me. Until next time, this message has been brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science. Thank you all for watching.